And I'm back working on another Lotus Exos. I have an event coming up with this car in a week's time, so I thought I might as well make a few more liveries, give them to my friends if I'm not racing them. Today I felt inspired by the Italian Grand Prix this weekend and thinking about poor old Sebastian Vettel stuck down there at the back. I think he was 19th in FP1, so I wanted to recreate the last time he had a race-winning Italian car at Monza, so I went back to the 2008 Torro Rosso, the STR3, and I wanted to recreate that on the Lotus Exos because again I really like this car for working on liveries with. One of the challenges I wasn't expecting was this car is actually quite dark when you think about it. The navy blue looks almost black depending on the lighting, so I had to work on getting that right. So when I'm working on the car I had to turn the opacity way down on the blue just so I can see what I'm doing when I'm working on the layers. There's not a huge amount to this livery. It's dominated by this large bull graphic, which I'm kind of cajoling here, trying to get on to fit. It's this kind of large, airbrushed red bull, I suppose. I was expecting it to be more difficult than it actually was getting it fit. I think I got a pretty good job quite quickly. Again, I'm just lucky that the Lotus Exos has a really nice, easy to work with body. Usually these side pods and engine covers can be 3 or 4 elements depending on which kind of formula car you're working on, but the Exos, it's pretty much all one piece. I think the only crimes I had to go fix were on the rear wing elements and the shark fin on the top of the airbox. Apart from that, it was pretty straightforward. Another weird thing I struggled with was actually getting decent resolution Red Bull graphics. Like I was searching all my usual ways of looking for pings and vectors and stuff like that, and I couldn't really find anything, so I had to do a bit of surgery on some stock photos, and it was quite hard to get them not rough, but I'm pretty happy with what I did in the end, considering this was a very quick livery. I think this was about 35 to 40 minutes total start to finish. As you can see, I had to have a few stabs at getting that bull on the nose right. Well, I left my mistakes in so you can learn from them. There I am just taking a reference swab from the real car to try and get the gold on the nose right. I always liked that little flick of gold you had on the Torro Rossos back in the day. Even though I felt the liveries up until 2017 were all quite boring, they pretty much did the same thing from the very first year up until it changed. I suppose Red Bull aren't exactly known for their innovation when it comes to their liveries. All they're trying to do is just promote their drink, that's it, that's all they care about. There isn't much like year by year identity to the cars though. I mean, I think despite my best attempts to make this look like the 2008 model, it looks like anything from 2009 to 2013 just based on the body shape of the car. That's just the price you pay, I guess, for working with a Red Bull. But yeah, there really isn't a whole lot of graphics on this car, and some of the later Torro Rosso models they picked up a few extra sponsors, but I guess this time they were just working with Red Bull's own drivers. They had Sebastian Vettel and Sebastian Bourdais. There wasn't any external sponsorship being brought in, so it is actually a very clean car. There's not a lot of clutter to it. The red kind of bull in the middle does break up the dark blue on the front and the rear, and it helps give you kind of a nice silhouette and quite easy to identify car. It never looked too like the main team Red Bull cars, which I quite like. It was just a very simple, clean livery. We are now on the worst part on working with the Lotus Exos, this split kind of front bodywork nose cone thing. It's a real pain to work on if you're putting on driver numbers or decals, because the rotation is weird and the angle is weird, so you have to kind of cajole each side of the number to try and get it right, and it's quite difficult to get perfect. I think I could have skewed it over to the left a little bit more, but that's what happens when you're working quickly, I suppose. So here I am just going back to my original reference photo and trying to match up the rear wing end plates to match the bull, and also on the shark fin as well, just to kind of complete it. I'm really pleased I didn't have to do too much panel matching. I can do it, but it's just time consuming, that's all. If you want a hard car to work on any LMP1 or any McLaren road car, and you will sit there, like putting a basic graphic on will take you ages just trying to match them. Again, that's the price we pay working in 2D. Unlimited possibilities, but it just makes basic things in GT Sport would take you 1 second. It takes an hour. And because the template isn't symmetrical, there's no straightforward just mirror option a lot of the time. You have to do that manually. I was just trying to get a colour reference from some of the official Torro Rosso advertising, but even that wasn't quite right. It took me quite a few stabs to get the colour right. It depends very heavily on the lighting too, and a bit later on I'm playing with some of the alpha layers which go underneath the main skin. They affect how the colours are reflected, and I played around a little bit. Right now I'm working on the headrest as well, which is a separate element to the main livery, and again, it has a weird texture, so it's quite hard to get the colour right. I have to just sit there and change the colour and update, change the colour and update until it matches. And again, this will look different under different lights as well, so it's all about finding a compromise. Here I am trying to affect the map layer, trying to get the reflections right. And now we're pretty much done. I'm really happy with how this livery came out, considering it was such a quick job. I think it looks fantastic, and hopefully Sebastian Vettel's going to have a better weekend than he's been having the last couple months. I'll leave you with some screenshots and some videos.